welcome back to my channel. So today I really wanted to talk about the age-old question, which is how long does it take to get my first sale on Etsy? Now, this does differ depending on the type of Etsy shop that you have and when you started. So my own stats was I joined June the 19th, 2015. I got my first sale on the 9th of July, so about 3 weeks later. Now, bearing in mind that when I first listed my items on Etsy, I had about 5 items and they weren't done very well because I actually listed my first item on Etsy about 3 days after I had an operation. And that's the whole thing about my Etsy shop and where I really pushed myself to start my business then, was because I actually had an operation and it was a bit of a kind of surprise operation, so I didn't know I was going to have it, and then it was like one day went to the doctors, oh yeah, you need to go and have an operation. So it all went like past like a bit of a blur. I was out within 48 hours thinking, geez, what has just happened this past few days? But after day 3 of being at home, I wasn't quite healed up, but obviously I had my laptop, and I decided there and then to kind of branch out and really push myself to quit the job that I didn't like and to do my business. Now, I will be doing a story time video at some point. I did actually record one about 6 months ago now, but I just didn't like the way it turned out, so I never uploaded it. But I will be doing an up-to-date story time video about how I started my Etsy business shortly. But basically it took me 3 weeks to get my first sale. Now, in 2015, Etsy was a total different beast. You could really game the system by just literally doing elephant necklace, elephant necklace, elephant necklace, and being on page 1. So it's a lot different now, but what I would say is that the one thing that has stayed the same is continuous development. I just dropped my phone. Now, the one thing I would say that has always stayed the same with, you know, having an Etsy shop and making it successful throughout the years is continuous development. Guys, when I first started Etsy, it was the first time I'd even been on the website, okay? I went on the website and was like, Etsy's a thing? Like, what is this? And I was literally hooked from day 1. I opened up my shop, I uploaded my first listings that weren't very good, and I was hooked. But within those 3 weeks, I learned so much about Etsy. I read the handbook cover to cover. I think I even printed it off and read it, like full on, reading glasses, on the couch with a hot cup of tea. Like, literally, I was obsessed. And right from then, I kind of knew that the only way to make this successful is to push myself to learn more and more and more. And I think that that is something that a lot of people miss. They miss the whole thing of Etsy isn't just a marketplace. It's not like eBay where you just put on a shirt for sale and then someone buys it. Etsy is, there is a strategy to succeeding on Etsy, and that's something that I have found. And the biggest takeaway, if I could wave a magic wand and say, there you go, you now know the one biggest thing, would be continuous self-development. And like I said in my previous video, you do have to invest money and you do have to invest time. Now, in the beginning, it's time. You have to invest a lot of time, and then you get to a point where you have to invest money. There is no other way around it. You do have to invest some money into your Etsy business to bring it up to a level that perhaps you are waiting for or you are after. So to answer the question, how long does it take to get your first Etsy sale? I would respond in, how long do you have to learn about Etsy? Because if you have probably 2 hours a week to learn about Etsy, then I would say it might take you 6 weeks. It might take you a month to get your first sale. If you are 4 hours a day learning about Etsy, then it could only take you a week. And I have seen that happen. I've seen the correlation between the amount of time that people spend learning about Etsy and, watching my videos and things like that, really getting to know Etsy from someone that does Etsy in a way that they want to get to, or at a level that they want to get to at some point. So me, I have a full-time Etsy shop that supports my lifestyle, that bought me this house, that bought me my car, that's paying for the garden to be done right now, and I'm looking that way because there's big French doors and basically our garden is decimated, there is nothing left. But it's all going to be redone over the next 2 weeks. And the whole reason why I can afford that is because of my Etsy business. And you know, there are so many people out there that open Etsy shops and just expect to get sales straight away. It does not work like that. Invest your time first of all, guys, please. Invest the time into learning, watch my videos, download my free workbook, 30 Days to a Kick Butt Etsy Shop, watch the videos that goes along with that, and learn about the basics of Etsy first. Then identify what your weak points are, what some areas were that you were like, didn't really get that very well. Do a self-assessment of yourself and learn about what you don't know about. And I can't really put it any clearer than that, is that it will take you as long as it takes you, depending on how much time you invest in learning about Etsy and trying to get your Etsy shop up to a level that then it starts to make sales. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a big thumbs up and I shall see you in the next one.